the only people he really knows are Donald Pleasance's character, who is a sort of out of town doctor who
seems welcoming at first, right?
Well,
he seems okay. He's just a fun drunk. At first.
Well, because he used to be a man of civility,
right?
He used to be a doctor, but nobody liked that he was an alcoholic. It wasn't acceptable. But he comes here and he just looks like everybody else. Like being an alcoholic is just the norm.
Yeah.
So that's why he loves it there.
Drinking beers.
But then he also meets another dude who's very friendly to him because I think he tries looking for work. I think he goes to the local like labor department looking to possibly work in the mine or something like that. Okay, but it's like closed. And it's just like, yeah, there's no work, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's bars, baby.
yeah, this whole and it's revealed over the course of the film that the whole community kind of works off like this barter system, almost, because everyone just starts buying him beers, and that's just it. Is they're like, oh man, that sucks. We know you want money to go to Sydney or whatever. Come on in, I'll buy you a beer. He's like, I don't got any money. He's like, I'll buy you the beer.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite moments is when that's kind of first introduced.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like, I don't have any money, and instead of just going, oh, you don't need money, man, I'll buy you the beer. He's like, what did I say? I said I'll buy you the beer. You don't need money. Like he's like super aggressive with the guy, and that was a great little thing, especially later on when he has that moment where things have gone down, and we'll get to those. But then the guy, after he brings him to a city he did not want to go to, he's just like, all right, well, come on, I'll buy you a beer, to like make up for it. And he's like, why is it that it's such a blasphemous thing to say I don't want a beer? I could rape, murder, steal.
Yeah.
It's a great tell of like how this community sees certain things. It's like, as long as they're all on the same team, it doesn't matter what they're doing, but as long as they're all on the same page, it's okay. As soon as anything goes...
As long as everyone is their drunkest, most primal self, nobody looks bad.
Exactly.
So everyone's got to be drunk.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, and he gets...
And plays for some good comedy, too.
Yeah, he gets a lot of, like, new to the Yabba.
Yeah.
Don't like the Yabba?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you're here in the Yabba? Why don't you enjoy your time in the Yabba, man?
Yeah, exactly.
And Donald Pleasance has that great line early on, too, of like, all the little devils are so proud of hell or whatever.
Yeah.
But weirdly enough, it's almost less like hell because it is a descent. This whole movie is like a slow descent where he just gets, there's these minor slights where he's like, oh man, I lost my money. Oh man, there's no work. Oh man, I'm hanging out with these guys and they're getting me super drunk. And like, oh man, I guess I'll go for a ride with them. Yeah.
Like they start shooting at a fox and for no reason at all.
It just shows you kind of how far along that sort of civil hospitality will get you.
Right.
Like as long as you welcome a dude into your circle and you're just like, yeah, dude, you're one of us. Come hang out with us. This is normal. This is normal
for so long. You know? It's like eventually you have to stand up for yourself or some type of principle and say, you know what, I don't want to do that and I'm not going to do that. It seems like this whole movie is almost like the darkest thing to speak on peer pressure. you know, it's just like you want to scare a kid into like not drinking and shit. It's just like, this is what could happen. You could slaughter an entire kangaroo family.
Yeah, well, and it's very specifically too addressed in the film as kind of a very like macho camaraderie. Yeah, like it's all like this whole town is made up of men. I think there's 3 women in the whole town.
You're right. I don't think I wrote down like any woman character.
No, there's one who gets named, and that's because she's the daughter of one of the men, and that's it. And it's actually everyone acknowledges that she's like the local town girl. Like she's the girl.
Because Donald Pleasance was with her, whatever his character's name is, I can't remember, but he's gotten with her, I think, a couple other...
Basically, it sounds like the whole town wants to get with her, and every once in a while she lets one gets with her. Right. And like everyone talks about her, and that's it. The only other 2 women we see are the girl who sits behind the desk at the motel, and
who fans herself all day,
and another girl who serves beer at the bar. Yeah, and those are the 3 women in the film. The rest, and there's a lot of people in this movie because these bars are filled. Like there's like dozens and dozens and dozens of people, and he ends up hanging out with tons of guys. There's tons of them.
And now come to think of it, like you don't see children either. So it's not like this definitely isn't a family-oriented town in any way, shape, or form.
No, that's why to me this kind of read more as like a purgatory type thing.
Definitely.
More
almost
as
people
like
waiting. for their judgment.
Exactly, like a place that you pass through, and like, and you kind of, and it's the place where you get chosen. Like, are you going to heaven or are you going to hell, kind of deal? And like, his heaven would be going. A lot of them have
just decided that they don't give a shit.
No, they've decided purgatory is awesome. You don't need money to live here. You can just drink beer and kill things and have crazy sex that borders sometimes on rape. And.
But there's no rules, so is it like it's almost like they live in this,
everyone's in a drunken haze, so
this
who can
gray
say
area where it's like, is it really rape? You know, that whole thing.
Is it really murder?
Right, exactly. It's just like they live in this kind of gray area where nothing is anything. It's purgatory. It's meaningless. It's almost pure nihilism in a way. You know?
It is. It's very nihilistic, and the way that Kachif shoots it too, it's like this very greenish yellow filters that he uses.